These are three ways you could cure your laziness. This is how I cure my laziness, and I want to bring this information to you. I wish somebody told me this at 16 years old, 15 years old. So now the first one is to stop doing it for you. Once I start getting in shape, once I started trying to build businesses and started doing content, I didn't do it for myself. I said, if I'm not doing it for me, I'm doing it for my family. Okay, I wanted to motivate my family. I started losing weight. I started getting abs for my family. I wanted to motivate them. They never seen a person in their family with abs. They never seen somebody with muscle. Okay, the only person I seen in my family with muscle was my father. My father was very dedicated to the gym and he always worked out. So that was the only guy that I had for motivation. But my cousins and my aunties, they didn't really have anybody else to motivate them. My brother also didn't have nobody else to motivate him but my father. I wanted to be that next step. I wanted to keep that in my generation. So I was like, what else can I do? I could build content. I could help others with their problems. I could start building businesses. Now my business did fail, but at least I tried. A lot of people they're so scared that they won't even try. So what I'm trying to say here is that once you start doing it for other people, you get that motivation. You don't pick up a whole card for yourself. You pick it up for your family. If there's a card that's about to go down in your family and you got to pick it up, you gotta have more force and more energy to actually pick it up for your family. I've seen a research done and in the influence book by Robert Cialdini that says you'll do more for others than what you will do for yourself. And I truly believe in that. Okay? Why do you think your father goes to work every single day? He goes to work every single day because he knows he has a family to provide. He knows he has kids and a wife to provide for. So, number one is stop doing it for yourself, stop being selfish, and do it for others.
All right, now number two, and that's being around and hanging around people who are productive. Let me give you an example. In the week of 12th grade, there was like 1 or 2 days where I didn't get into school till like 10 or 11, which means from 4 to like 10 or 11 when I got into school, I had the time to work out and I didn't. But who was working out at that time because they weren't in school? It was my brother. So every single day at 4 in the morning, I would just hear him pumping the weights, pumping the weights. Either I would wake up and just be on my phone scrolling through TikTok, or I would just go back to sleep. Now, this really changed me as soon as I would say like the last 2 weeks of high school. That's when I decided to change my schedule. And I even told him, I was like, yo, on these 1 or 2 days that I get into school late, I'm gonna work out with you. I'm gonna work out 4 in the morning, empty stomach, go straight to working out. And when as soon as I'm done, I'm gonna take a shower and go to school. And I'm not lying to you when I say this. It felt way better to do that. My whole mood was great. I'm telling you this right now. My whole mood went up. All right. It was way better and I felt way better throughout the day than just waking up and then just being on my phone. I'm telling you, you're gonna feel way more productive and throughout the day, you're just like you're gonna feel positive, right? You're not gonna feel grumpy. So if this worked for me, I'm telling you, let me give you an example of how this could work for you too. If you have a friend or let's just say you take charge. Go invite your friends out to the gym. Or if you have friends who are inviting you, yo, we should go do this run, or we should go mountain climbing, or whatever it may be. But as long as you're staying active and as long as you're doing something besides sitting down at your house, scrolling through TikTok, doing nothing, consuming content and not producing content, as long as you're doing something is way better, I'm telling you, than just consuming.
Third one, and this one's the most important one, is that I see guys not starting off with small wins and then with big wins. Okay, I see a lot of people start off running 5 miles. Guys, don't start off with running 5 miles if you never ran in your life. Okay, start off small. Okay, first day run a mile. Okay, that one's gonna be hard. Next week, start running 2 miles. Third week, run 3 miles. Okay, it's just about progressive overloading. Okay, you don't want to start off hard and then you quit because it's way too hard. No, no, no. You gotta start off easy. Okay, when you start reading books, you start off by reading 10 pages a day, and then you go off the next day by reading 20, or next week 20. But you always gotta be progressing, overloading, because the more wins you collect, the more evidence you're giving yourself that you're better, that you could do this. Okay, if you start a business and it hits 100,000, okay, now I have that evidence that I could start $100,000 business. Okay, now you could start going up higher in the ranking. Okay, just about progression overloading, getting that evidence that you could do small steps, that you could collect small wins, so you could collect the big wins. So third one, very important, progressive overload. You want to start off small, get the small wins, and then get the big wins. What is a big win? A big win to me is becoming a multi-millionaire in good shape after all those private wins, after winning in private, waking up at 4 a.m., collecting those small wins of going to the gym, of doing those runs, staying on the diet. Those are the small wins that I want you guys to collect. And while collecting these wins, you have to enjoy the process so you can enjoy the victory later on in the road.